Rohan and Anya had heard the stories about the old house. Every child in the village had. They said no one lived there. They said no one could live there. It was cursed. But Rohan wasn't thinking about curses when he realized he had lost his toy car. It has to be there, he muttered, kicking the dirt road. I was playing near the house yesterday. Anya shivered. Let it go, Rohan. We can get a new toy. But Rohan wasn't listening. That car was his favorite. And besides, it wasn't just any toy. It was special. A gift from his father. The wind howled through the trees as the sun dipped below the horizon. The old house loomed in front of them, its broken windows like hollow eyes, watching. And then, just as they stepped onto the porch, the front door creaked open. By itself. Chapter 1, The Whispering Shadows. Anya grabbed Rohan's hand. Let's go back, she whispered. But Rohan swallowed his fear and stepped forward. The wooden planks creaked under his weight. We'll just grab the toy and leave, he said, trying to sound brave. Inside, the air was cold. Dust floated in the dim light. The walls were covered in faded wallpaper, peeling like old skin. And then they heard it. A whisper. Not words. Just a breathy, hollow sound. Anya's grip tightened on Rohan's arm. Did you hear that? Rohan nodded. He took a slow step forward, peering into the darkness. His toy had to be here somewhere. A shadow moved in the corner of his eye. He spun around. Nothing. Just an old wooden chair, rocking slowly as if someone had just stood up from it. Chapter 2, The Car That Moved. There. Anya pointed. On the floor, half hidden under an old, torn curtain, was Rohan's toy car. He exhaled in relief and rushed forward. But as soon as he picked it up, the temperature dropped. The air turned thick. Heavy. And then, the toy moved in his hands. He yelped and dropped it. It rolled forward on its own, stopping at the foot of a staircase leading to the second floor. The whispering grew louder. Anya grabbed Rohan's arm. We got the toy. Let's go. But Rohan's feet wouldn't move. Because now he could hear something else. A soft, distant sound. Footsteps. Coming from upstairs. Chapter 3, The Voice in the Dark. Rohan's breath hitched. He looked up the staircase. It was too dark to see anything. But he felt something watching them. Anya tugged on his sleeve. We need to leave. Right now. Rohan nodded, but then. A voice. Low. Cracked. A whisper. Don't go. Anya screamed. The shadows shifted. The rocking chair stopped moving. Rohan grabbed Anya's hand and ran. The front door. It was closed. No. They hadn't shut it. They pushed. Pulled. Pounded. It wouldn't budge. And then. Thump. From upstairs. A heavy, slow sound. Something was coming down. Chapter 4, The Frozen Moment. Rohan and Anya pressed themselves against the door, their hearts racing. Another thump. A step closer. Then another. The air turned colder, pressing against their skin like icy fingers. Anya whimpered. Rohan. He squeezed her hand. Don't move. Thump. Closer now. And then, silence. The house breathed around them, the walls groaning. Rohan dared to turn his head slightly. And he saw it. At the top of the stairs. A figure. Tall. Motionless. No face. Just darkness where its eyes should be. And in its hand. It held his toy car. Chapter 5, The Chase. Rohan's body went numb. Anya gasped, pulling him toward the window. We can break it. The figure moved. Fast. Too fast. It was no longer at the stairs. It was behind them. A shadow passed over them. Cold air brushed against their necks. Rohan grabbed a chair and threw it at the window. It shattered. He didn't think. He just jumped. Anya followed, screaming as they tumbled onto the grass outside. They ran. Ran faster than they ever had in their lives. And behind them, a roar of rage. Not human. Not animal. Something else. Something that should not exist. And then, silence. Rohan stopped. Turned. The house stood still. Dark. The window they had broken was perfectly intact. Chapter 6: The Haunting Truth. The village elders listened in silence as Rohan and Anya told them everything. When they finished, the headman, an old man with deep wrinkles, sighed. "You were lucky," he said. Rohan frowned. "Lucky?" The old man looked at the house. "Many have entered that place. None have returned." Anya shivered. "What was that thing?" The old man exhaled. "A soul. A restless spirit that lures children inside. It tricks them with something they love. And then..." He didn't finish the sentence. But he didn't have to. Rohan knew. Anya knew. The village knew. And from that night on, no one ever went near that house again. But Rohan still had nightmares. Because sometimes in the dead of night, he would wake up to a familiar sound. A whisper. A breathy, hollow sound. And when he looked towards his window, his toy car would be sitting there. Right where he had left it. The end.